Hey, Rock on Beer viewers, happy happy brew year. Come on now. Do we still do that? Do we still say happy brew year? 2026. This is the first Rock on Beer video of 2026, which you know, gonna be yet another update video. I don't know. Cheers though. Cheers to 2026. We're still doing these videos. That's I was gonna do a New Year's Eve video, but I was sick. It's what is it today? The 3rd. Yeah, I actually was gonna do like a whole New Year's thing. I actually bought a bunch of like craft beer and stuff, and was gonna do one of those brew speeches type things, but I was actually sick on New Year's Eve. Had a bad cold, so I actually didn't drink much more than soda. I had a couple beers, and we had dinner, but it was a struggle to stay up until 12. But that is beside the happy brew year. I'll say it again. I got a toasted oatmeal brown ale here in the glass. Any day now there's going to be a video about that. I've got everything has been done for weeks and months on it, but actually, funnily enough, I think I tasted this. I think I recorded a little tasting for this to put at the end of the like grained glass video, because that's sort of what I've been wanting to do, grained glass videos on stuff, because I want to keep it. Not that I'm doing any kind of videos, but I like the grained glass format to keep the whole thing as one A to B journey. And it's all about the journey. It's my corporate my corporateness sneaking out there. Anyway, so this was the toasted oatmeal, and I think I did like very early on a tasting of this, and then I overcarbonated. So this was one of the beers that I was making to have on tap for Thanksgiving, because my parents were visiting for Thanksgiving. That they visited and left weeks and weeks ago, but I overcarbonated the crap out of this beer, so it was pouring like mostly head, while my dad, I don't think my dad even tried. I think I might have given him a glass of it and he politely drank it, but he was well into the stout, which now I've gone the other way, and I've a bit overcarbonated the stout. I'm having some trouble with my gas lines and bottles and whatnot. I don't know. I think one of my regulators might be about to crap out. Again, nothing. So here it is. But now it's perfect. I finally degassed it enough down to where it's perfect, and I think the keg is about to kick. So, because this is actually the beer that I made my stout a little bit too strong. Like, it's a dry stout that I think is 6%. So this is a nice dead on 5% brown ale. Super, what do I want to say? Ultra drinkable. It's not a beer you have to think too much about. I really like my recipe. I really like the toasted oatmeal in it. And I actually think that that's come out a bit more. I should probably re-record like another tasting of this, because I think that early on, I think that the hops were a bit too like pungent or fresh in it. And now that it's been in the keg for about like 6 weeks or so, it's kind of mellowed into the beer that I wanted it to be. I didn't want it to be like that whole American, oh geez, my brain is shot. American brown ale where it's like super super hoppy. I wanted the toasted. So like what I do is I take flaked oatmeal and I lay it out on a sheet pan and I toast it until it gets to like oatmeal. It's oatmeal cookies is what I'm going for with it, kind of. And then I put that in the brown ale, and it comes out in varying degrees depending on depending on how long I toast the oatmeal and how much hops or what kind of hops I used in it. And I used a decent amount of hops in this because it is an American style brown ale. I don't go too sweet on it. This one I also pitched on a thing of USO4. Yeah, the stout USO4 cake I pitched on, and I think this thing went through. I think it was done fermenting in less than 24 hours. It was a wild fermentation. But I think I have like a whole video about it that you'll never see. Anyway, it is actually cold. It snowed last night. To prove that it doesn't snow very often in Denmark, at least where I live in Denmark, on Fyn, on the island. Let's cut to because you can't just turn the camera around on this. I don't know when did phones stop letting you just flip the camera around while you're recording, like, or is it just this stupid program? Anyway, let's cut to the footage. Believe it or not, this is a lot of snow for Denmark, and yeah, it's try not to get my license plate in there. It's yeah, it came down all in one go too. I don't know how long it'll last. All right, very, very cool, very awesome, Alex. Thank you for that. But I've actually just been out clearing the sidewalks, and messing around with stuff outside because of the snow. That's why I'm dressed up like I actually do stuff. I've also been up in the attic, which is just as cold as it is outside, basically. One of the things I was doing up there is measuring for doing some insulation in some very drafty areas because we're starting to put more stuff up in the attic, and I want it to be less cold up there. Again, nothing to do with. So this was supposed to be an update for 2026. What's in store for 2026? Let's go for the end of 2025 update maybe. I did some good brewing. In the end of 2025, I got big motivated, and I did quite a lot of brewing. I think between the summer, let's call it like June to September, I think I brewed maybe 4 or 5 beers. Quite a few of them I didn't even bother to like make any videos or anything that I'll never edit. So I just literally just brewed beer and enjoyed it and drank it all. Brewed some wheat beers, American wheat beers. I had a black IPA, brewed some lagers, and yeah. And then here at the end, so I think I brewed 4 or 5 beers during the summer, and then here in the fall, I did the stout, this brown ale, and I did a cream ale, which is a mess, and it's sitting over there. I'm trying to condition it down to. I did that like 6 days before Thanksgiving, and it was supposed to be like the light beer option, like the light for everybody. So I did it with Kvike, and it was a mess. I didn't serve it. It's just been sitting on the floor being cold and conditioning. But I mean, yeah, three beers in rapid succession, and yeah. So I did what, 5-6 beers there at the other end, which is great because I think I brewed like once before that, if even that. Oh, I did a Berliner that I had to pour out too. I did a what's that? The Philly sour yeast Berliner that turned out like trash, like just acetone garbage. I hated it. So technically, so I brewed like 8 beers this year, which I think is pretty good. That's got to be way more than I brewed in 2024. So 2025 was actually a pretty good. Oh, hang on. we had some technical difficulties there. My battery is low, so I gotta speed this up. Yeah, so I brewed a lot in 2025. I actually want to brew even more in 2026. And I'm hoping to brew tomorrow. Today is Saturday, tomorrow is Sunday. So I'm actually out here. I'm putting together just a really simple black IPA recipe. Because I feel like having another black IPA. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna do the year of black IPA. That was one of my New Year's things. I think at one point was I'm gonna do the year of black IPA. We're bringing it back. Probably if I go back, it's like 2021 that I said that. I have actually seen a lot of black IPAs popping up recently, which is great because I love that style. But I'm doing just a super simple black IPA, which is almost just gonna be single pale malt and then carafa for color, and then I'm gonna clean out some more hops. I've been on a kick. I'm whittling down my hop stash, and I'm being really good, and I'm getting close to like I probably just like 30-40 more beers. So another decade, let's say, and I'll get rid of that hop stash. I'll have it down to 0, and I'm looking forward to it. So 2036, mark it here, come back in 2036, and I'll let you know that I've gotten rid of all the hops. But I swear I won't buy any more. I was actually just looking at some. No, but I got a bunch of hops that I'm going to throw in there just to get rid of them. And the great thing about a black IPA too is that some of the hops are pretty old, so if they're not up to snuff anymore, I mean, worst case, you get you get a hoppy stout. Or a hoppy dry stout, basically. Sounds good to me. All right, let's see if we can get up and this thing will follow me to some updates. Oh, do I look different? Here's one of the first upgrades for the brew house this year, or I guess last year. We're still doing the 2025 updates, right? I got like actual bar stools. They're from IKEA, but I'm sitting on one. So instead of just these really low ones I had before, so I think like my old videos, I was probably down. I was like child height. Like, remember when you were a kid and you would go to a bar? I grew up in the Midwest, so that was kind of a thing. I don't know about maybe you grew up somewhere where you didn't go to a bar as a child. But it was always that feeling of like, you know, the bar is like here, so you're, might I have a lager, sir? Sure, I would like your freshest IPA. Probably the bars that my parents took me to when I was a kid. They weren't selling a lot of IPAs, especially back in the early 90s. So bar stools, that's cool. I like sitting on them way better. My back is crap because I'm old, and these have actual back support, which is awesome. And I like to sit out here, and watch YouTube. So sorry I haven't been commenting on a lot of videos, but I have been watching a lot of videos. You can see I've got this set up here, where I've got this computer monitor, and I've actually got one of my old Android phones with Dex on it, and that allows me to just don't show my pin, and that allows me to just run. So I've got some party time brewing videos that I've just watching. I've just been letting it play the like suggested stuff while I've been out here doing other stuff. But got my little entertainment center over here. Obviously my phone can play like, you know, Spotify and whatnot, which is awesome. I tried to set it up with a Raspberry Pi, and I don't know, the phone is so much faster. You know, it was a nice flagship phone 10 years ago, so it still runs pretty good. And yeah, the screen's nice. Well, it's not nice, but you know, I got it on a deal somewhere, and it's got some kind of cheap. All of it has to be kind of cheap on the cheap because there's no insulation or anything out here. So at any time, any of these electronics are, you know, near freezing in the winter, so they could just explode. So I don't put anything like super expensive out here. I don't have like an OLED out here. But all right, yeah, let's how far can this thing go down? When my dad was here, I might have to do the old switcherooski. Speaking of, let me grab it. All right, come around, robot, come on, robot. Here we go. So speaking of Raspberry Pis, I also have this old monitor. So my wife and I did, so on Black Friday I bought a new monitor, and then we did the great swapping. So she got my oldest old monitor, then my current monitor became my second monitor, and then my new monitor became my primary, and then her old monitor came out here, which she had a really crappy, cheap monitor that we got on a Black Friday, where it was like, you know, one of those things where you give them like, I don't know, half a ham sandwich and some pocket lint, and they give you electronics. But this is just an old 27-inch, it's not that old, 27-inch computer monitor. It doesn't have VESA mount, which was really annoying. So it's not really like, yeah, so it lives out here now. Or it's going to live out here. Well, it's currently living out here. You can see it. It exists here in space and time. It occupies this reality. What it's going to be, and this here is, you probably, well, you can't see that, but there's a Raspberry Pi Zero chipboard in there. And what's going to happen is, I don't know, I probably shouldn't have thrown it like that. But anyway, this is going to become like the dashboard for the brew house, which I could obviously do on that one too. But this is my beer fridge, which is full of beer and could actually be a kegerator if I wanted it to. But the Keyser is right here. So Keyser is right here, and this is actually my fermentation fridge. Which I ordered the Inkbird Wi-Fi, or no, I got the Inkbird Wi-Fi for Christmas. So what we're gonna do is I'm gonna build this out with the Raspberry Pi as like a dashboard, because now I have multiple smart devices. So I've got the Inkbird, I've got the wrapped pills. Obviously like Grandfather Connect, but so basically what I want to do is I want to have multiple dashboards on here. So fermentation will be like from the pill stuff and the Inkbird temperature stuff, and then I want to do like a digital tap board as well on here to show like what I've got on tap. Because I don't know if you know this or not, but I have a degree in programming. I have a degree in computer science. I've been in management for the past like 15-ish, 20, 12, 14 years, somewhere in that range. Somewhere between 10 and 15 years I've been in management, but I do have a degree in computer science, and I kind of miss like building things like that. And I mean, now with AI, and I'm not a huge AI guy, but with it being able to kind of help someone like me it would take, you know, a shit ton of time to get back into coding, to get that kind of help. I think I can actually get back to like building things. I have some ideas for doing like pint measuring, like setting up. I'll get to that. I'll probably make videos about it and stuff, right? Follow me, robot. Follow me. When my dad was here, we put in this. Oh yeah, you can actually see it. We put in this like skirting here, and it's all. This This is the only part of the brew house that is insulated. So congratulations, brew house. Oh, I'm sorry. Up here, the ceiling is insulated under this death trap, super heavy chipboard with popcorn on it that could cave in at any time and kill me. That is also insulated up there. This I would love to rip out. But yeah, so there's insulation under there, and that's going to be like my grain area. So I've already got, most of my grain storage and my grain mill over there. So that's going to become like my grain area. But yeah, my dad and I did the installation on that. We did a bunch of stuff while he was here. That was really cool. What else? No other real upgrade. God, it's getting cold in here. I turned off the heaters. So I have two 2,000 watt heaters in here. And they can actually get messing around. So it's 11.9 C in here. It was up to 14 before I turned them off. Those also don't update very quick, so it's probably a little bit colder than that already. But I can definitely tell that there's very little insulation in here because it does start to get cold as soon as I pop those off. But yeah, they can get it up tolerable for me to come in here and sit and do notes and watch YouTube and stuff. And then obviously I don't really run them on brew day because then it gets super moist in here, and I don't like a bunch of condensation in electric heaters. Anyway, so yeah, I've got those heaters. That's one of the things that I want to get for. Sorry about the motion sickness. The robot gets very, very excited when I start moving. It's very, I don't know, I should probably look into whether that can be changed so it doesn't just whiplash everybody. That's one of the things, though. Probably wait until summer when stuff like that's on sale because nobody needs it. But I want to get one of those wall-mounted electric radiators, like oil-filled radiators, and mount it on the wall in here with the electronic thermostat. I think it'll be better than these. I think radiant heat will be less effective but more cost effective than these fan heaters. But again, I'm gonna wait because I just showed you the snow outside, which kind of defeats my argument here, but winter is closing in on being over. Like February usually starts to kind of warm up a little bit. We don't usually have a lot of snow. It has been very warm, like the last, pre-New Year's, it was quite warm. Like the time in between, it was really warm on Christmas here. Now we're just having a cold snap with snow. What? Yeah, upgrades. That's a good. So yeah, building stuff, doing upgrades. Another thing that I want to do some more of, and hopefully maybe make videos about in 2026, is that this summer I got a 3D printer. So these are, I'm showing them to you. They're 3D printed cases for these hygrometers. Yeah, I don't really. Do I have anything right to hands? But yeah, I've been doing 3D printed storage. Here I did some custom shells for Maya that I should make a video about, and also upload so other people can use them. But I did some Gridfinity. I do Gridfinity stuff for organization, as well as using some IKEA things. I could show. I'll make a video about it. I'll make a separate video about it. But I started getting into 3D printing because, like I said about with the back thing, and you can tell with the beard, it's crazy when I look at myself in a camera. I was watching a really old video the other day. By really old, I mean 6-7 years. And it's crazy when I look at how white my beard is now. Anyway, I talk really fast, don't Blah blah blah. What was I? Yeah, so 3D printing. That's going to be a whole different video. And I got into 3D printing because I realized that I need to. And this is weird because I'm telling you about what I'm going to do with my brewing in 2026. And now here I'm about to tell you that, well, I probably need to slow down on drinking because I'm old. So probably gonna start trying to do brew stuff that because I still love beer and I still love brewing. It's not very popular anymore, so I'm gonna do some more adjacent stuff as well. And I don't know if people will like it or they don't. It's not like anybody watches this, but so yeah, 3D printing. What else am I gonna do this year? I want to do some big changes to the brew house and do some videos about that. I have really big aspirations to do stuff with the brew house. I don't know if I will get to it because we're also going to do some big home renovations this year. Like, we want to do the entire driveway because it looks like a jungle, like it looks abandoned, it looks like crap. We've finally kind of come up with what we want to do. So we want to do paving on the driveway, and we're going to do reno of the half bath in the house into a full bath. So those are two big things. I don't know if we're going to really be able to, if I'm going to really have extra time and money to put into the brew house. But one thing I would love to do is take these ceiling panels down because they're awful. And like I said, they're sagging, like visibly sagging in a lot of places. And it's just ridiculous. So I would love to take them down. Wouldn't take much, although it would be just really messy. And I mean, obviously it would cause a lot of chaos in the brew house. Wouldn't be brewing a lot if I'm tearing those down. But I don't think it would take a lot to bring them down. Then I would have to put up a new ceiling. Would love to do that. Would love to figure out some sort of insulation for the brew house. Just some places where I could insulate more, so that next winter isn't as it's not as difficult to heat this place. And then, like I said, I want to do some kind of smart and some more decorating. 2025 new thing too. Go around then here. Yeah, I put this up. Nice. These boards, they kind of match the front of my bar. These are just rough boards you can buy for doing rough board things from the lumber yard. And my wife and I cut them down and just tacked them up. And I think it looks really nice as like a backdrop. So, I got a much nicer backdrop for those beer reviews that nobody watches, which is cool. It's like aesthetically pleasing. So that's some of the stuff I'm gonna do too, is like just decorate a bit more and, just really tie the room together. You know what I'm saying? Maybe put a rug in. Maybe I'll put a rug in. Oh, knocking all kinds of stuff over. It's all my recycling that I need to. Oh my God, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry for the motion sick out there. All right, I'm not gonna let this go past 30 minutes because that's crazy. I don't even know. YouTube loves long videos now, though, right? So in reality, I'm doing. In reality, I'm algorithmic. I used to work in media. I used to work in streaming media, which is, it's crazy that I have such a crappy YouTube channel, but I actually used to do streaming for a job. Anyway, I got a new job. Not a new place, but a new job within that place. So I'll start that. Hopefully I won't go back on everything with the brewing stuff because I'll be crazy busy with my new job. But yeah, I'll be doing that. I'll be doing new jobbing. If you made it to the end of the video, I'll let you know. I'll just tell you I work for Lego. So there's a reward for the one person that made it to the end of the video. All right, guys. Cheers. Happy brew year again, and we'll see if I get around to all the stuff I talked about in this video. But hopefully hopefully I'll be putting a little bit more time into this because I do miss doing it, and I do miss the community. So I wanna try and get back into that, even if it's just throwing videos out in the void and seeing if a couple people want to talk to me about it. All right, guys. Cheers. Battery's about to die. Beer's about to die. See you next time. Bye.